Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is from swissinfo.ch. Scientology makes life a living hell for former members. The e-meter allegedly measures emotional stress. This is dated December 30th, 2014. AB has severed ties with Scientology recently, leaving after many years. The former member, who knows the organization inside out, now wants to keep people from joining the totalitarian sect. Let's see what he has to say about children. Article by Gaby Oceanbean. It's ingenious how Scientology manipulates people. Even though many of them know something isn't right, they can't escape even if they would like to. But AB succeeded. The former member contacted swissinfo.ch after reading a debate between the top Swiss Scientologist and a critic of sex. I believe that's where SP Chef is from. My departure was like many other exits. All of my Scientology acquaintances and friends broke off contact with me. It's sad that nobody even inquired about the grounds for my departure. Well, that's how good mind control works. As a deserter, you immediately become the enemy. A further reason why everyone breaks off contact is probably due to their own fears and unanswered questions about Scientology. Also, the threat of them getting disconnected from their whole family. That's why it's done in layers. You want to prevent cracks forming in your own foundation. Bridge to freedom. Many years ago, AB was approached on the street and answered a personality test made up of 200 questions. AB was interested in learning about and making use of one's personal potential. See how they get people? And took a first course that was cheap. That's how they bait people. Other costlier courses came next, followed by the expensive auditing, a form of confession that takes place according to precisely defined procedures. It was clear to me that I had finally found what I had been searching for. What you're searching for is inside of you. AB said the goal was to climb this bridge to freedom. Anytime somebody's telling you got to do something to get freedom, you should be questioning. Step by step, although it came at a cost. Yes. Let's see what he has to say about the children. One is constantly urged at times by many people simultaneously to buy the next service or the next course. The pressure is enormous. I would never let anyone tell me what to think. November 25th, 2014, she has read 18 books by L. Ron Hubbard, the prolific... Who said he's prolific? He's a convicted felon. And allegedly the founder of Scientology. Allegedly. And completed 20 of his courses, now age 36. J.W. was born into a Scientology... Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. Sorry, I thought it was regarding this one. Debt-intensive courses, studies, and Scientology-related commitments followed, in addition to work all squeezed into a 7-day week. The trap door snapped shut. On the organization's advice, AB broke off contact. See, that's where I question things. Why you wouldn't, figure it out, when somebody's telling you to cut off your family? On the organization's advice, I don't think it was advice, AB broke off contact with family member family because they were critical of the sect. Oh, there you go. The church never orders anyone to sever contact. That's also a lie. So this guy's losing credibility immediately with me. But you are guided by the Hubbard principles into doing so on a voluntary basis. Well, that's the mind control, because nothing's voluntary. Failing to do this could mean that you can't receive further services, stopping you on the path to freedom. And this is exactly what you don't want, because there is nothing more important in the life of a Scientologist than Scientology. Should I switch Scientology for mind control? I think I'm going to do that. You would rather accept a separation from your family. No private life. A.B. talks about slipping away into a parallel world, dystopian world, which no longer has anything to do with reality. The whole environment changes, and everyone who is against Scientology, mind control, is eventually left behind. Kind of like the Nazi regime too, huh? Everything revolves around Scientology, the next course, the next auditing, how you want to finance it all, and so on. You no longer have a private life. Your whole world would fall apart without Scientology, and that would be a tragedy. Dropping out is virtually impossible, of course, because of the fear of suddenly being all alone. Another problem is that you become, in time, unfeeling. That's like a narcissist, because you believe that you have an explanation or a solution for every problem, according to the former Swiss member. Scientologists believe they have everything under control. Mind controlled. I'm going to say mind controlled believe they have everything under control. To show emotions such as pity is equated with a loss of control. That's narcissism. I mean, it doesn't mean everyone that's following it's a narcissist, but that's what narcissism is. You know, no empathy. A.B. believed in Scientology's goals for a long time, but increasingly also questioned the authoritative methods of control and found contradictions. You can't transform people into machines. Watch Metropolis. Leaving them with no leeway and predetermining everything. In addition, the organization determines explicitly what is good and what is bad. Kind of like the last 4 years, you guys, huh? You'll see one day. You guys will see, but it'll be too late. Other opinions are not tolerated. Threats. The former member was also increasingly bothered by the fact that everything revolves around money. Church workers stood by the exit at gatherings, urging you in a subtle manner to donate money. That's also with their stats, too. They want to keep their stats up. In addition, I received 8 to 10 emails a day asking for my financial support for projects. Everything is fine when you completely align yourself with the organization, according to AB, but woe betide you if you wander a bit from the path. You'll be in ethics then. For instance, flirting with someone when you're married. Then the friendliness stops. Every mind-controlled Scientologist, although no one would admit it, fears the ethics office. By the way, you guys, a lot of the ethics officers are 13 and 14 years old. Isn't that wonderful? It tries to figure out why you veered off course and what forbidden deeds are behind your lapse. In minor cases, you must study 1 or 2 of Hubbard's writings again, or sign a confirmation to do this, or stop doing that. When it comes, also, you guys, the signature is a way of, what's that word? It's like a way of spelling people. It's a way of spelling. When it comes to more serious offenses, you are faced with a security check via the e-meter, a kind of lie detector, or are even threatened with expulsion. The severest punishment is to be declared a suppressive person, or SP. If someone is stamped with the label, then all Scientologists will invariably distance themselves from that person. AB says it is impossible to conceal crimes from the past. They even uncover the apple you stole from your neighbor's garden when you were 5. Yeah, because they start the ethics when they're like 4 or 5 years old, just so you guys know. Living hell. AB always hid Scientology membership from neighbors and work colleagues because doing otherwise would only cause big problems. There's the threat of losing your job along with people distancing themselves. The ex-member wants to remain anonymous because critics are silenced using nearly all kinds of methods. I'm not a coward, but I'm also not an idiot. Scientology has the necessary means to make life a living hell for former members. You must reckon with being pestered and receiving threatening calls, your garbage being searched, lies spread, or your workplace informed. A.B. believed for a long time in the lessons of L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, in a higher meaning in life, a world without war and crime. Learning how people function and how reason can be applied, this chapter has now been closed. That's that utopian crap they push to everybody, which is basically the hive mind. Having left, the former member now feels free, can choose friends again, and no longer needs to hide. I am living again, or put another way, I'm learning to once more. It makes me sad sometimes, however, that Scientology's worthwhile goals are merely pretense. For me, it was a real commitment that was shamelessly abused. That's what they do. They don't, so they want, it's like black magic. So they take the energy that you would normally use for your motivation and your will, and they use that energy to create what they want. Workplaces do it, politicians do it, medical industrial complexes do it. It's what they do. Name known as swissinfo.ch. Scientology, and you guys know about Switzerland, right? Go check out Chassenfratz. He's a former professor, speaks like 8 languages, genius. He was in a lower level Illuminati family and they sacrificed his son. Scientology in Switzerland. Scientology has been active in Switzerland for 40 years. According to the organization, 300 full-time members look after 5,500 Scientologists. You know that's a lie. In 11 branches. This is all propaganda. There are 5 Scientology churches and 6 missions in Switzerland. In Zurich, there are around 120 full-time members. You know it's way less now, right? Closely followed by Basel and Lausanne with 70 full-time. Well, they're still under the mind control because that's not real. And then they talk about fair game. I'm just going to touch this one. Hubbard also set up an Office of Special Affairs. Mike Rinder was deeply involved in that. That can be described as kind of internal secret service. It is invariably set in motion whenever journalists or members of the sect criticize Scientology's inhumane methods. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night. Peace.